welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we begin this news edition with the major and top headlines. Libya and Djibouti to lead Arab economic growth in 2025. Launch of the Validation Workshop for the National Family Planning Strategy 2026 up to 2030. And on the international scene, Gaza after the agreement, residents return from the rubble. Welcome back to our newsroom. A new World Bank report reflecting notable economic shifts in the region forecasts a strong recovery for Arab economies in 2025, with Libya and Djibouti leading growth in the Middle East and North Africa region. According to the latest estimates, Libya ranks first thanks to a significant rebound in oil production with an expected real GDP growth rate of 13.3%, the highest in the region. Djibouti follows in second place with projected growth of 6.0%, driven by expansion in port infrastructure and logistics services, underscoring the resilience of its economy despite its small size. Other populous Arab countries with diversified economies also saw marked upward revisions to their 2025 growth forecasts. United Arab Emirates 4.8%, up 0.2 percentage points. Egypt 4.5%, up 0.7 points. Morocco 4.4 points, up 0.8 points. The improvement is attributed to stable energy prices and increased regional trade, producing a more favorable outlook than previous projections. And shifting gears, Health Minister Dr. Ahmed Abdullah Roble on Tuesday launched the validation workshop for the National Family Planning Strategy 2026-2030.
The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Raoul Abdillah, officially launched the validation workshop for the National Family Planning Strategy 2026-2030 in Djibouti this Tuesday. This two-day workshop brings together key institutional, technical, and community stakeholders involved in promoting reproductive health and strengthening the national health system. The ceremony was attended by Ms. Aisha Jama Ibrahim, representative of the United Nations Population Fund in the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Farhad Hassan Farah, deputy representative of the World Health Organization, Mr. Dr. Umar Mahmoud Ismail, Director General of the Child Health University Hospital, Ms. Sarah Musa Bouh, Director General of Healthcare Provision. The results of an inclusive and multi-sectoral consultative process, the 2026-2030 strategy aims to guarantee universal, equitable, and quality access to family planning services, significantly reduce maternal and infant mortality, promote the social, economic, and health empowerment of women and youth, actively contribute to the achievement of national sustainable development goals, including Vision Djibouti 2035 and the National Sustainable Development Plan 2026-2030. The workshop will allow participants to debate, amend, and validate the strategy's key recommendations with a view to its official adoption and effective implementation. The Minister declared the meeting open and expressed his best wishes to all participants, emphasizing that their collective contribution is essential to building an ambitious, inclusive strategy that brings lasting change.
In remarks delivered by WHO Deputy Representative Farhad Hassan Farah, he described the strategic document as a major turning point in the national response to reproductive health needs. UNFPA Representative Aisha Ibrahim noted that the strategic document constitutes a fundamental pillar for maternal health, particularly in reducing maternal mortality rates. And of course, in his opening address, Health Minister Dr. Ahmed Roble emphasized the importance of family planning, describing it as an integral component of Djibouti's Vision 2035. The Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, conducted an official visit to Doha, Qatar from October 8 to 10, 2025 as part of a joint delegation with UNICEF to strengthen educational cooperation. Let's watch.
A joint delegation from the Ministry of National Education, Vocational Training and UNICEF visited Doha, Qatar from October 8 to 10, 2025, led by His Excellency Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, Minister of National Education, Vocational Training, accompanied by Ms. Beate Dastel, UNICEF resident representative in Djibouti. The mission aimed to strengthen bilateral cooperation and mobilize new support for the Djiboutian education system. The delegation also included Mr. Abdulrahman Mahmoud Saleh, Project Director of ATMENFOP, and Mr. Hamadi Deputy UNICEF representative through its stay. The delegation held numerous high-level meetings with key Qatari stakeholders in the education and development sector in the presence of His Excellency Ambassador of Djibouti to Qatar, Tayyip Duba Roble. The stated objective was clear: to consolidate the gains already made and explore new avenues and collaborations to address educational challenges in Djibouti. The mission was marked by a rich and constructive exchange between the Djiboutian minister and his Qatari counterpart, His Excellency Lulwa bint Rashid Al Qatar, Minister of Education and Higher Education of Qatar. The two officials reaffirmed their commitment to strengthen cooperations in strategic areas such as digital transformation, the development of sciences and technology education, and teacher training, particularly in science and language discipline. This meeting concluded on a positive note, paving the way for concrete collaboration initiatives. In the same vein, the delegation met with the Director General of the Qatar Fund for Development, Mr. Fahd Al-Zulaiti. The discussion is focused on flagship projects related to access to drinking water, the electrification of rural schools, food security, and the promotion of an innovative model that of integrated rural schools. These aim to improve not only learning conditions but also the living conditions of families in rural areas. The reception given to these proposals was most encouraging, demonstrating a convergence of views on educational and social priority.
During the Doha visit, the minister also held a meeting with the General Director of Qatar Charity. This fruitful and promising discussion focused on training and expanding the organization's support to the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, MENFOP. Talks centered on improving the school environment, constructing schools in rural areas to bring education closer to children in remote communities, and supporting institutions that host refugees, thereby ensuring inclusion and equity. The delegation was also received by the new General Director of Education Above All Foundation. The meeting highlighted the remarkable achievements of the PRODA project, which has enabled the enrollment of more than 35,850 children. This program has played a key role in achieving universal primary education, with 0 out-of-school children in the 6 to 10 age group. This success, strongly supported by the Out-of-School Children program, represents a historic milestone for Djibouti, which is representing and preparing to officially declare universally primary education for this age group. The Ministry of Commerce and Tourism, Mr. Mohamed Warsame Diriye, led an official delegation to the 20th COMESA Foreign Ministers meeting and the 24th Summit of Heads of State and Government held in Nairobi, Kenya, from 8 to 9th of October 2025. The summit under the theme Maximizing Digital Transformation to Enhance Regional Value Chains for Inclusive and Sustainable Growth reviewed progress, coordinated regional programs and projects, and sought to accelerate digital transformation and intra-regional trade among member states. On the sidelines, the Djiboutian delegation held bilateral meetings with COMESA Secretariat officials and other regional institutions to explore cooperation in economic and digital fields, particularly infrastructure, trade facilitation, and support for small and medium enterprises. The participation reflects Djibouti's commitment to regional integration and its role as a logistics hub in line with Vision 2035. State Secretary in charge of decentralization, Mr. Qasim Harun Ali, presided over the signing ceremony on Thursday of an official agreement between the Ali Sebeh Regional Council and Salam African Bank to finance and construct 20 commercial units in the city.
Delegate for decentralization, Mr. Qasim Harun Ali, presided over an official signing ceremony this Thursday for an agreement between the Ali Sebeh Regional Council and Salam African Bank. This agreement marks the launch of an ambitious project to finance and build 20 commercial premises in the city of Ali Sebeh, with the aim of strengthening the economic fabric of Assa Diop. Upon his arrival in the minister, accompanied by his department officials, the managing director of Salam Bank, Sajama Hersi, And Mr. Mohammed Dabbouh, the bank's Director of Public Relations, was welcomed by the Prefect of Ali Sabih, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Benoita, and the President of the Regional Council, Sharmaki Hassan Al-Lali. The region's parliamentarians were also present, including Filsan Abdullahi Miguel, Mr. Hassan Umar Absiye, alongside representatives of the security forces, traditional leaders, and elders. The ceremony was held within the Regional Council. Through this agreement, the bank commits to financing the construction of 20 commercial premises that will boost the economy, support small businesses, and create new employment opportunities in the region. In his speech, Minister Qasim Harun Ali praised this exemplary collaboration between public institutions and the private sectors, emphasizing that this initiative is fully in line with the objectives of the decentralization policy and balanced regional development. For his part, the President expressed his gratitude to the government and Salam African Bank for their commitment to the region's economic development. Following the signing ceremony, the minister and the regional authorities, accompanied by representatives of Salam African Bank, visited the project site to lay the foundation stone for the 20 future commercial premises. This symbolic gesture marks the effective start of work and demonstrates the shared desire to accelerate the implementation of this structuring project for the city of Ali Sabih.
In remarks during the signing ceremony, the director of Salam African Bank expressed the institution's confidence in the Ali Sabih area, noting that Ali Sabih ranks second after the capital in terms of the volume of projects the bank is implementing. He stressed the strategic importance of the region to the bank and reaffirmed the institution's commitment to continue working with local residents under a vision of economic development and sustainable partnership. The Regional Council President, Mr. Sharmaki Hassan Al-Lali, expressed his gratitude to the government and Salam African Bank for their commitment to supporting the region's economic development, praising the partnership as a meaningful contribution to local progress. Governor of Ali Sabih Region, Abdul Malik Mohammed Benoita, addressed the project's objectives, outlining its aims to stimulate local commerce, support micro and small enterprises, and create employment opportunities for the community. In his address at the ceremony, the Minister, Mr. Qasim Harun Ali, commended the exemplary partnership between public institutions and the private sector, affirming that this initiative fully aligns with the goals of decentralization policy and balanced development of interior regions. Regionally, Ethiopia opened the 2025-2026 coffee export season with a strong performance. More details with Mohammed Aden.
Ethiopia gets off to a strong start in coffee export season, $546 million in just 2 months. Ethiopia has recorded remarkable performances at the start of 2025-2026 coffee export season, generating $546 million in just 2 months. That thanks to the shipment of over 20,000 tons of coffee to international market, according to the Ethiopian Coffee and Tea Authority. This result marks as a promising start towards the national target of 600,000 tons of export and $3 billion in revenue by the end of the year. This success is partly due to structural reforms implemented in the coffee supply chain, enabling producers to sell directly to international buyers, that reducing intermediary and accelerating the export process. New washing and grading centers have also been installed near growing areas, helping to improve coffee quality and increase the farmers' incomes. Furthermore, the decentralization of quality control previously concentrated in Addis Ababa has increased the sector's efficiency and responsiveness. Recognized as the historic birthplace of Arabica coffee, Ethiopia takes great pride in this strategic sector, which represents a vital source of foreign exchanges and a livelihood for nearly 20% of the population.
On World Mental Health Day, researchers and health workers in Kenya launched a series of initiatives to better understand and support the mental health of rural communities affected by climate change. In Kilifi County, the Brain and Mind Institute at Aga Khan University is running an innovative project that examines the link between climate variability and the psychological well-being of farmers. Working with a network of community health workers, the research team conducts regular household visits in rural areas to monitor residents' mental health and provide listening services and psychosocial support. Jasmit Shah, a data researcher at the institute, said the project aims to gather reliable evidence to clarify the needs of agricultural populations and to design targeted strategies to strengthen their resilience. He stressed the importance of involving women in the studies to build a robust database that can inform sustainable development planning. With the ceasefire in Gaza taking effect, thousands of displaced persons return to the northern Gaza Strip to inspect their destroyed homes.
Gaza, after the agreement, resident returns from the rebel and disagreement over prisoner lists. As soon as the Israeli army announced the ceasefire in the Gaza Strip, thousands of displaced people flocked from the south to the north to see what remained of their ruined homes. Some even crossed Al-Rashid Street on foot, a route that has become familiar over the past 2 years. Others also returned to the rubble of their homes in Khan Yunis in the south. Meanwhile, civil defense team began extensive operation to search for the missing and recover the bodies of martyrs. Aerial images revealed the colossal scale of the destructions in Khan Yunis. Regarding negotiations, the prisoners' information offices denied that an official agreement had been reached regarding prisoner lists after Israel published a list of 250 Palestinian prisoners to be released as part of the agreement. Palestinian resistance factions in a joint statement expressed their willingness to benefit from Arab and international participation in the reconstructions of Gaza, while reaffirming their rejection of any foreign tutelage. Palestinian medical sources reported that medical teams had recovered over the past 24 hours the bodies of 155 people killed in recent weeks in Gaza City before the withdrawal of Israeli forces from certain areas. Medical sources specified that ambulances had not been able to evacuate them beforehand due to the dangerous situations on the ground and the continued bombardment. The Israeli newspaper Yediot Haras reported that the prisoner service has been ordered to release security prisoners as part of the exchange. It added that the transfer of security prisoners from 5 prisoners to designated release centers had begun, specifying that the exchange agreement provides for the release approximately of 250 life-sentenced prisoners.
Israeli sources told the Walla news site details about the final list of Palestinian prisoners Israel planned to free in first phase of the recently negotiated prisoner exchange with Hamas, part of the Gaza ceasefire agreement. According to those sources, the list includes 195 Palestinian inmates serving life sentences. Only 60 are reported to be affiliated with Hamas, while the remainder will come from other Palestinian factions and organizations. As part of the initiative aimed at bringing a definitive end to the conflict, U.S. President Donald Trump unveiled a 20-point peace plan for Gaza Strip. According to the sources, Israel and Hamas accepted the plan's first phase with conditions of an immediate end to hostilities on public acceptance by both parties, a requirement that has reportedly been met, allowing a ceasefire to take effect. The agreement freezes front lines, suspends all military operation including air and artillery strikes, and Israel has begun a preliminary withdrawal that reportedly started yesterday. The humanitarian component is central and urgent. Within 72 hours of the agreement, Hamas must release all hostages, living or deceased. In return, Israel has pledged to free 250 prisoners serving life sentences and 1,700 Gazans detained since the events of 7th of October 2023. Venezuelan activist Maria Corina has been awarded the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize in recognition for her human rights advocacy and efforts to promote social peace. Details with Mohammed Adan.
Venezuelan Maria Corina Machado wins the 2025 Nobel Peace Prizes for her humanitarian commitment. Oslo, the Norwegian Nobel Committee announced Friday that it has awarded the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize to Venezuelan activist Maria Corina Machado in recognition of her remarkable effort to promote peace, human rights, and inter-community dialogue. In its official statement, the committee praised Maria's exemplary work, which has inspired people through her commitment to populations affected by conflict and her initiatives for social reconciliation. The institution also highlighted her role in promoting nonviolence and mutual respect. In her statement following the announcement, Maria expressed her deep gratitude for this distinction, stating that this prize belongs to all those who believe in the power of dialogue and cooperation to build a more just and peaceful world. Established in 1901, the Nobel Peace Prize is awarded annually to individuals or organizations that have made an outstanding contribution to the promotions of world peace. It remains one of the most prestigious international distinctions today.
That's all for this edition. We thank you for tuning in. Keep safe, stay informed, stay engaged. From RTD Djibouti, have a good night.
you.